Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to have a little pop at YouTube. I know, the people who pay my wages, but I know, I can't help it because I need to tell the truth. Almost like a whistleblower, am I? Is that right? Is that what I am? A whistleblower on YouTube? Actually, they encourage like freedom of speech, but you know, even if it means telling the truth over YouTube, that's unbelievable. But I think in this occasion we need to have a little word because YouTube have yet to make a comment about the bad situation that's been going on their platform recently. That's right. YouTube, when the hell are you going to act? Seriously. Recently there's been a very bad situation, as you all know, right? YouTube CEO of YouTube, you do know, all the employees know about it too, right? There's no getting away with it, getting away from it. Everybody's been following the story, right? So first you've got this these two YouTubers, Ruby Frankie and Jodi Hildebrandt, right? We'll call them YouTubers for the sake of argument because they do other things too, you know. They're preachers and all sorts of life coaches and all sorts, right? They bring joy to the world. Fuck you know. So they had this channel and it was called Connections, and it was here on YouTube. That's right, it was actually on YouTube for quite some time, spouting their shit. They would sit together or separately, just talking about how they, you know, trying to give advice, parenting advice. The irony of parenting advice from these two. Seriously. So you had YouTube facilitating two rather horrible individuals and allowing them to gain some sort of traction on YouTube, right? And they put out many different videos. We had some amazing topics from no right to privacy, which is ironic now, isn't it? Since neither of these are ever going to have a day's worth of privacy ever again, you know? All those journals that you write in on a daily basis, according to you, everybody has the right to read them. And they will. They will, Jodi. They will, Ruby. Don't you worry. And then there was the whole Santa is not coming to my kids embargo. It was insane. You know, all these things happened on their channel, right? None of this is necessarily abuse or anything like that. But the point is that whilst they were recording these videos and sat in that chair, you know, the sofa, the grey sofa that became synonymous with their channel, right? Whilst they were sat there, downstairs somewhere, there was two very young children who were just sort of bound up, or they were made to work, they were set to work, they were hurting, they were in pain, they were starving, they were hungry and starving, and all the while they were uploading to YouTube, and YouTube were like, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely. Bring it on. Free speech, freedom of speech. It's beautiful, right? But no, it's not, right? So if we break it down, what happened prior to Connections, because at one point these two very unscrupulous individuals, right, were separate individuals, and one of them, Ruby Frankie, had a family-based channel for nigh on 10 years or so, right? And she uploaded some fabulous content, you know, all the lovely content that's associated with family vlogging, you know, all the laughs, like, oh, such and such broke their neck, and such had to go to the hospital, and such, you know, that sort of thing. All the laughs and the daily goings on of the family, and things such as yeah, sending my kid to school starving, you know, because they couldn't make their own food. She was only 5 years of age, but never mind, right? Never mind. It's all well and good. It's all, you know, it's all part of a master plan, isn't it? You know, God's plan and everything like that. So yeah, that sort of content was a-okay on the YouTube platform as we have it. YouTube, no, I haven't. Yeah, they've been watching. I'm sure YouTube down the years have supported this channel in itself, right? But apart from that, this channel itself has received around about just over 1 billion views across all their videos over the course of the channel, right? So how's that equate to money? Now, obviously, we know that Ruby Frankie has made a shit ton of money out of her kids, but where does that leave YouTube? That leaves YouTube pretty well off, in my opinion. I've equated it. Now, it's difficult to work out exactly how much 1 billion views is in terms of money, but according to my calculations, that makes YouTube about $4.5 million richer, right? So if you know, everybody knew, every single person knew that was watching those videos down the years, knew what Ruby Frankie was like. She knew, they knew, everybody knew what Ruby Frankie was doing to her kids, right? And let's not absolve the husband, Kevin, right? Because he was involved in this as well. Now, YouTube not only allowed it to carry on, but profited of it by millions, right? Profited by millions of dollars. And then, when that had all come to a crashing end, Ruby Frankie took her ways, having, you know, being curated this crap on her family channel. She took her ways and teamed up with somebody equally as unscrupulous and formed the connections thing, right? And that's where we have it now. We've also seen Ruby and Jodi go through this whole court process and eventually get sent down in to spend the next so many years of their lives in prison, right? But YouTube, who facilitated the whole thing, that's not to say obviously that YouTube made them do what they did, but they gave them the platform to do it, right? Initially, YouTube gave Ruby a platform to abuse her kids and showcase that abuse, right? And not only that, but they profited from it, and not only that, but they turned a blind eye to it, because I'm sure that their channel got reported 1 million times, and there's no way that YouTube employees were not aware of what was going on, right? So YouTube absolutely complicit in what they did, and now when all is said and done, and Ruby and Jodi are both behind bars, serving time and eating their porridge and stuff like that, YouTube remains silent. YouTube have not yet put out a statement regarding this whole situation, which, let's be honest, they had a huge part to play with in the first place, right? They had a huge part to play in this whole thing, and yet they've said nothing. Zilch, nothing, absolutely nothing. YouTube, when the hell are you going to actually say something, acknowledge something that's happened on your platform? You know, this is not the first time that this has actually happened, right? This is not the first time that abuse has happened in front of the viewer's eyes. Remember the old Daddy of 5 who abused their kid and actually showcased it for entertainment purposes? That was horrible. YouTube eventually banned them, and the dad got sent to prison for that. But at that time, YouTube still didn't take any action in terms of, you know, trying to make their platform safer, make it better, maybe sort of ban family vlogging or do something, right? They took the channel down, but I mean, the dad got sent to prison, you know, just taking the channel. It seems very no, it doesn't seem like it was enough what they did at the time. Now, how many times are YouTube actually going to keep like facilitating this sort of thing? As we all know, with family vlogging, they are allowing family vloggers to carry on regardless, when obviously, I mean, it does not take a genius, right, to work out that family vlogging is negatively impacting kids. right? I don't care what these family vlogger parents actually say, but it's very obvious. I'm sorry. I mean, in terms of putting your child out there for people to view negatively about them, or in the wrong sort of way, but also just emotionally, psychologically, and everything like that. There's so many layers to family vlogging that is actually going to be bad for the child long term, and I don't think any of these parents are thinking long term. But then you've got YouTube, who just don't seem to give a shit, right? They don't care about a single thing except for their bottom line, and their bottom line says, $4 million plus is beneficial to them, so let's let it carry on, that sort of thing, right? My point here is, apart from the fact that YouTube should be taking action, is that I would like to hear what they have to say. I would like them to respond to everything that's going on, because they have not said a single word, unless I've missed it. Okay, unless I've missed it. I don't think I have, but as far as I can tell, they've not acknowledged it, responded to it, put out a statement about it. They've not done anything, and yet this all happened under their own roof, right? So anyway, I've left a link in the description. It's a little article that I wrote. If you want to go and read that, that would be lovely. And until next time, please take care of yourselves, take care of everybody else, and I'll see you again then. Subscribe, comment, and like. Thank you all so much. Take care, and bye-bye.